Hey, I'm Rachel. Welcome to Turiya Yoga. So today, we're going to do a couple practices. We're going to start with some standing and sitting poses that are really focused on the legs and bringing sensation, strength, and groundedness to the legs. And then we're going to do a walking meditation. The element of the first chakra is earth, so it's weighty, it's heavy, it's solid, it doesn't flow, it's like structural. One of the big issues of the first chakra is fear. It's also connected to rootedness, to a sense of trust of individual people, but also of just like kind of basic trust. Things are going to be okay. It's connected to family, home, money, self-preservation, and the physical body, being here on the physical plane, and as much as possible, being able to feel safe and joyful in this space. All right, so I am not wearing my stretchy yoga pants today for two reasons. One is you don't need yoga stuff. Nobody needs yoga stuff to do yoga. You don't need a mat, you don't need yoga pants, you don't need a yoga butt, just do yoga. And because today we're going to focus on just a few simple standing poses. And so we're not going to do a bunch of downward facing dogs. We're not going to do handstands. We're going to stay a little closer to neutral positions. Let's start by drawing our legs into the center. You just imagine everything moving in towards the middle of your body like this. Whoop! So just drawing it all in. And it's not going to move very far because you've got the resistance of the mat or whatever you're on. But I really feel, I'm still holding it, please keep holding it. I really feel the muscles activating. And I start to feel where they are more. I'm feeling myself, like I become more aware of the boundaries of my body. And then release that again. And we're going to come to standing and repeat it. Place your feet so they're both pointing straight ahead, about as wide apart as your hip bones, and then bend your knees a little bit and draw your feet into the middle. So, showing you what I'm doing. Draw your legs into the middle. They don't move much. You definitely don't want your knees to come together, but the muscles activate. Okay, now grab a block or a pillow or a blanket or a water bottle. You just want to put something in between your shins. So I'm going to use this squishy block, but you could also roll up a towel. Go do it. I'm waiting. And put that in between your shins. And then press into that. Draw it into the middle. Keep that energy moving in towards the middle, and at the same time just feel your feet sink into the floor and the top of your head rise up. So you still have length, you still have expansiveness, but you're creating more earth energy in your lower body. All right. Inhale the arms up over your head, and exhale into chair pose. So sitting down really deeply. And now press your shins into the block or water bottle or whatever you have again. If you don't have anything, you can also just press your feet together. Just make sure your knees don't come in to the center. So sitting down deep, heels have more weight than your toes. Draw your lower belly up. And press into the middle. Feel your legs. Feel the weight and solidity of your legs. And let some of that power flow down into the floor or the earth and extend out through the top of your head. And then stretch to stand up. Inhale, arms up. We're going to repeat. And exhale, chair. Pressing into the middle. Press your hands. We can take it into the upper body. Press your hands into the midline. Draw your shoulder blades towards each other. Imagine your whole body, both sides, just going in towards the middle. Makes you really solid, like kind of stiff. But this is the earth quality that we want to experience and cultivate. Then we're not going to walk around like this all the time. Whew. Press into the middle. See if you can draw the sides of your body in. The hips in, the knees in, the feet in. Spread your toes. Smile. Go a little deeper. Keep breathing. And keep all this power drawing into the middle and extend out a little bit. Just imagine in every direction you expand a little. You just get a little bigger. All right. Now take out your block, water bottle, or whatever. And we're going to do some standing poses. So step your feet apart. Your ankles should be about as far apart as your wrists when you stretch out your arms. Hands on the hips. Turn your right foot to the right. Bend both knees a tiny bit. See, there's just like a little micro bend there. And then draw your feet towards the middle. It's really going to activate muscles in your legs and also a little in the pelvic floor, even though it's not really focused on this area. You'll feel it there. Keep that. Stretch your right knee over your right ankle. Now, draw your shoulder blades to each other and stretch out your arms. Look over the right hand. Warrior two. So draw the feet towards each other again. Draw your shoulder blades towards each other. Draw in your belly and now expand in every direction. So we don't want to get rigid. Keep the softness while we're supporting the structure. Very nice. All right, now stretch your right leg and move your left heel in a little bit first. So just like walk it in a little, and then turn it in about 45 degrees and turn your body to the right. So we're going towards warrior one, which is, it looks like a variation of the lunge that we often do. Turn your hips as much as you can to face your right foot, and now draw your feet towards each other and stretch your right knee forward. And if you can go deeper, that's fine. Warrior one can be a pretty challenging pose, but if you can, you're welcome to move your back foot further back. Inhale the arms up and breathe. Press both feet into the ground. Feel how solid your legs are, holding you up, holding the mat down. And inhale back to the middle. Move your feet back out to the full standing pose distance and turn your left foot out for warrior two. Bend the knees slightly, draw your feet towards each other, draw your belly back towards the spine, the sides of your waist in, shoulder blades together, and now extend your left knee forward. Press the hands together. Press the hands, shoulder blades together, and extend. If you're familiar with Ujjayi, this is a great first chakra supporting breath. Please do it. If you're not, breathe in and out through your nose as much as you're able to. Deep and slow. And then keeping all the stability, your feet are still drawing towards each other, shoulder blades drawing in. Expand, fill up your own skin. Get a little softer on your boundaries. And stretch your front leg. Walk your back foot in a little bit and then turn it 45 degrees in. Turn your hips to the left. And draw your feet together. Stretch your left knee forward. So I'm going to see if I can go a little deeper today. Move my back heel back. And then stretch your arms up to the sky. There should be no pain in either knee. If you do have any, you could try a narrower stance or going less deep into the pose. Draw your feet together and then press the feet down into the floor and stretch up through your fingertips and your chest. And come back to the middle, both feet facing to me, heel toe, back to the center. For the next pose, grab a blanket, pillow, block, meditation pillow, because you might need to sit on something. So I'll get my block again. And we're going to do hero, where you sit either between your feet, like this, or you sit up on something, and your heels are right outside your hips. So it's pretty different than this, right, where we sit on our heels. There really is space that we could sit down in between our heels. And for many people, this hurts or causes pressure in the knees, which is why many people sit up on something. So sit up as high as you need to make this comfortable. And if it's still not, like if you have some knee issues, you can also do one leg at a time. And then for most people, it's pretty accessible. Then you just pick a moment to switch legs so that you get both sides if possible. All right, let's see if I can make it comfortable. I have some knee pain today. So I'm gonna go up. Yeah, that feels good. Your thighs are pointing straight to the front and your lower legs are going a little bit out on a diagonal, depending how wide your hips are. So if you have super narrow hips, they won't wing out as much, but they really should be outside of your hip bones. Now, draw your ankles in towards the midline. Draw your lower legs in towards the midline. Your thighs, your knees, your butt cheeks, your sitting bones, your hips. Draw everything into the center. And if you'd like, you can add consciously contracting your pelvic floor, like stopping the flow of urine. We're going to hold that for 5, 4, 3, feel the heat in your legs, 2, 1. Take a deep breath in and exhale to release. Place your hands on your legs and look straight ahead. Imagine the horizon where the ocean meets the sky and let your eyes rest there. Breathe in hero. Now for Supta Virasana, so that was Virasana. We're going to go into reclining hero. We'll see how far everybody goes. So start by putting your hands behind you and lean back and see if you can find a stretch in the front of your body. And it may go all the way from somewhere in the belly down to the knees. Then lift up your hips a little bit and tuck your tailbone more to get more of the stretch in your legs. And now if you do that and your knees start to hurt, you need to undo it. It means it was too much for your anatomy, but you can still lean back as far as it feels good. So you might be here, you might go to your elbows, or some people even lay their shoulders down on the ground. It just depends on your body and also honestly on the moment in your life. When I was pregnant, man, I could go deep into this pose. Everything was really soft. Extend your knees away, lengthening the thighs. And then come on back up and stretch one leg out in front of you. So if you're up on something, you may, and your legs are pretty flexible, you may need to look out that you don't hyperextend your knee, and you can do that by keeping a micro bend in the knee and pressing your heel down and pulling it back towards you. And for some people, they can't straighten the leg, and then you don't have to worry about hyperextending. Inhale here, get really tall, and draw your legs into the midline. Keep that, and exhale, bow gently forward. So how far you go is going to depend on you. The best pose, the deepest and most advanced pose will be one that is, it's helping you develop, so something is happening for you. There should be no pain in any of the joints or the attachment points of muscles. Stretching in the belly of a muscle, in the big full part of the muscle, is usually not dangerous. That's usually more of a positive thing. Keep your back long and curved. So if you're sitting straight up, it can be straightish. But if you bow forward, don't expect it to stay straight, but try to create a regular curve. If this is not comfortable for you, you also can turn your foot into more of a basic one-legged forward bend pose. Yeah, that's also totally fine. So I think I can sit with one leg. I think I can actually sit on the floor, so I'll try that version. Breathing here. And now, slowly, we're going to lean back with just one leg. And it can be really nice to put something behind you. You can see I can go a lot further with one leg than I could with two. And that's just because my hips are tilting a little away from that leg and taking some pressure off the knee. And that's totally okay. But do keep both sides of your butt on the floor. And then just see how far your body wants to go today. If you go down far enough that your hands are free, grab that foot. That'll just feel really good to connect with your foot from a new angle. And another option is to place the other foot flat on the floor or even to grab that leg. Take deep breaths here. If you're still sitting up, it's totally fine. You know why yoga teachers can do yoga poses? It's because they get to choose the poses that they teach, guys. We can't do everything. Not at all. All right, slowly release. Come back up to sitting. And we're going to switch the legs. So first stretch both out. And then fold in the other leg. And now you might still be sitting up. You might be sitting on the floor. Draw both legs in towards the center and then bow forward. So again, I am pressing my heel down and drawing it back. So there's a micro bend in my knee. If you don't tend to hyperextend, if you're like, Rachel, it could never happen because my knee is up here, then for you, anchor your hip down and imagine the inner side of your leg just growing longer. But also, it is okay to do forward bends with a bent knee. There is a lot of emphasis, especially on Instagram, on what we call the outer form of the pose. And you know, a yoga pose, when it's just like, when it perfectly suits the body that's doing it, it does look really beautiful. It can be very inspiring. But if you are injuring yourself doing a yoga pose, then one of the limbs, the asana limb of yoga, has taken over all the others, right? Because then you're not following the yamas and the niyamas. You're not following the yogic principles for how we should treat ourselves and others. You're not following the goals of concentration and meditation where you're tuning into yourself. So it can actually really take you backwards in terms of your development if you push too hard in asana, which again just means yoga poses. It literally means seat. Well, this is a good one. So my seat, my asana today. Slowly lift up and bend backwards. So this is Ekapada Supta Virasana, one-legged lying hero. Here again, if it feels good, you can lift your hips and tuck your tailbone more. And if you notice, oh, that was bad, then you just undo it, untuck. And you can go back as far as you have no knee pain and your leg is still on the floor. So if this is happening, just go back a step. Because it's really, the pose is about having that leg grounded. So if you can, grab your foot. You can even push it away from you a little bit. And now this pose, we're not gathering a lot of heat and strength in our legs, but really a lot of sensation. This is really helping me to feel my legs, connect with the first chakra, area of the body, pelvic floor, legs and feet. And you might notice these are big muscles, they need time. You may find you're able to go deeper and deeper. You can lift the other leg if you have no knee pain and the other leg stays down. There also should be no lower back pain, right? So I see I'm starting to get to my boundary. I'm going to go back a step to keep the lower back long. And then you can come back up. I'm just going to, since I am laying down, I'm just going to unfold the leg and roll to one side. And now we're going to slowly come to standing. Take a moment. And we're going to do a walking meditation from Thich Nhat Hanh, who's really one of my favorite meditation teachers. And I will link to his book on walking meditation below. The words are like this. I have arrived. I am home. In the here, in the now. I am solid. I am free. In the infinite, I dwell. I'll repeat that, don't worry. And then with each little line, you're going to take one step and one breath. So it'll be like inhale, 1 foot, exhale, 1 foot. It's much slower than you're used to walking. And inhale, 1 line, exhale, 1 line. So you may not have a lot of room to walk. It's okay, I don't either. You can just go back and forth. So get ready, first step, inhale, I have arrived. Exhale, I am home. In the here, in the now. I am solid. I am free. In the infinite, I dwell. I have arrived. I am home. In the here, in the now. I am solid. I am free. In the infinite, I dwell. I'm going to say it one more time and then let you repeat it in your mind only. I have arrived. I am home. In the here, in the now. I am solid. I am free. In the infinite, I dwell. Continue at your own speed. Feeling your feet, feeling your breath. I have arrived. I am home. Feeling the floor. And then slowly end the repetitions and bring your feet next to each other with some space in between. Feel your weight falling through your leg bones into your feet, into the floor. Feel your breath. And slowly sit down again. Open your eyes to sit. Close your eyes for a moment. Feel your body. I'm here and I'm real. Thanks for joining me today. I love walking meditation and I really love to do it outside. If you can be barefoot in the grass, that's wonderful. If you're in a public place, it also can be nice to speed it up a little bit if you don't want to attract attention. So you might take 2 steps for every breath, for example, but you're still linking breath with walking and usually with a mantra. So I really like this. I've arrived, I am home. I'll put the full text in the description. You can also just say peace with every step. Thich Nhat Hanh talks about walking meditation as printing peace on the earth with our feet. Peace, peace, peace. And walking meditation with other people is fantastic. It's the bomb. You can hold hands, just walk together. I hope that this practice has helped you, and I would love to hear your experience with it in the comments. Next week, for the second chakra, we have a little bit of a surprise. I'm doing a collaboration. And the second chakra is all about creative expression, sexuality, sensuality, connection. And we're going to do a yoga-esque class. So check that out next week. Thank you for watching.